And this is when the Chiefs and Bucks hit. They're a pair of wounded superpowers meeting up in Tampa, with the Chiefs arriving in town as narrow 1-point favorites. Kerrane, there's so much to sort through in the Bucks' injury-riddled receiver corps, but we'll start in Kansas City. No one is really popping in the conventional box scores yet. Do you see anything in the underlying data that is encouraging on Juju Smith-Schuster, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, maybe even option 3? This is kind of what is going on in the Chiefs receiver corps.
I do think that, when you look at Juju, it's not great, but it's like better than the alternatives. He has a 19% target per route run, which is not good. It's not terrible, though, and is significantly better than Marcus Valdes-Scantling and Mecole Hardman, who are both at 15%. I noted last week that MVS hasn't really seen much in terms of deep targets. His ADOT still in the season much lower than we'd expect at 10.5. Starting to just think maybe he's not clicking with Mahomes, and that's not going to change.
Not good.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like he maybe is not good, but at the same time, he's been actually a decent deep threat for so long that maybe it's a chemistry thing. But
it's funny that we get the MVS is being used all over the field stuff, and then as soon as that happens, like, no, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Undo.
He's one-dimensional. Let's do that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he has 1.06 yards per route run. That's really bad. Hardman has 0.93, which is obviously even worse. So, I mean, it's Kelce, man. Like, Kelce, we spent so much time talking last year about how Kelce's ADOT was declining. And to me, that looked like, he turns 33 this October. Like,
ancient.
And last year, it's, we were starting to worry about his age. But currently he has a 10.3 ADOT, which is a career high. He has 31% of the Chiefs' air yards, which leads the team. So, if you're worried about Kelce being able to win downfield, he still seems to have it. I think everyone else is just kind of secondary at this point.
Damn. Yeah, but the Chiefs, kind of some bad vibes there. I mean, Mahomes arguing on the sideline with Eric Bieniemy, just seeming like not knowing how to get all the new parts going. And it would have been fine. They could have easily been 3-0 and still not had their identity figured out. But there's a big difference between being 3-0 and then 2-1 with a loss to Matt Ryan. So the Chiefs kind of an interesting spot.
They choked that game away. Like they were so conservative. I don't know what happened to our Chiefs, but that was not them.
Denny, I have a question for you about our Chiefs in a minute. But Kyle, first, let's stick with receiver injury madness. But Mike Evans is coming off suspension. Chris Godwin is practicing, but probably not playing. Rashad Perriman is hurt. I mean, Russell Gage is Russell Gage. I mean, what do we tell people about, like, who's even playing for the Bucs receivers this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, Mike Evans is playing. He obviously isn't hurt. It's just a suspension. He fights Lattimore once every year, every other year. It's like a leap year type of deal. Gets kicked out of the league for a week and comes back. It's fine. Russell Gage, Rashad Perriman look like they'll play. Perriman was a DNP to start the week, but he's also old. So you DNP him whenever he's feeling a little rusty. But I think the operative point to me was that Russell Gage couldn't clear like 30 yards through 2 weeks while he had any competition for targets. And then, of course, he goes out without Mike Evans, Godwin, Julio, and gets 13 targets. But that's because he's Russell Gage and he's the option of last resort. With Mike Evans back, I think he gets sent back to the realm of like probably not even flex worthy. Julio Jones could also play this game. And as I think Rain noted, Julio is, I believe, number 3 in yards per route run. He looked good when they first had him, but then he did the whole thing where he looks good and then he can't play anymore. So it'd be an all-time Julio thing for him to come back as like, oh, he was so efficient in week 1, play 6 snaps and then exit. Like that'd be the GOAT Julio.
That's the thesis of the play.
Oh man, it scares.
Just want to maximize those 6 snaps.
Yeah, man,
just get in the end zone on those 6 snaps, please.
Please, God, get 60 yards, twice and then leave the game. So I'd be jamming Mike Evans because I don't think they have really much talent outside of him. And this is assuming Godwin doesn't play. It looked like Godwin was a week out heading into this week, like 1 more week away. But the practicing isn't optimistic. As long as he doesn't play, I think it's the Mike Evans or bust show.
That sounds correct to me. And really the only one you want to cast your lot with, you can maybe cast your wide receiver 4 lot with Russell Gage, because
I would.
It was frankly weeks 1 or 2. Like, I think you can expect more production than that. I mean,
he's Russell Gage.
Yeah, it's true.
I think we could be like maybe 2 weeks away from a Cole Beasley slot takeover in Tampa. I'm just putting it out there.
Wow.
No.
Oh man.
They listen. Brady said that he feels like he's been playing for 20 years.
That's
with
disgusting.
Cole Beasley.
Good God.
He was with the team for 11 minutes and saw
Cole
4
Beasley
targets.
looks like he's been playing for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'll be very concerned if Brady releases a Cole Beasley NFT soon. Then I might be like, this is for real. Denny, I said
Not the NFT. You shouldn't buy that, but
it's, Denny, the Chiefs, CEH, he's like a top 5 PPR back, but like he doesn't even like get the ball. It seems like touchdown luck. Should we be bullish, bearish on CEH? I was very bearish on him in my rankings this week. It's like I don't even know what to think with this guy anymore.
Yeah, I mean the bottom is going to fall out. Maybe this week, maybe next week. But Jerick McKinnon has logged more snaps than CEH through 3 games. After a hot start, like efficiency-wise, because he ripped off some long runs, had a couple long catches in the first couple weeks. CEH now has a negative rush yards over expected per attempt. McKinnon has
rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah, I know. But what can you do? The metrics nerds make this as difficult as possible. McKinnon has run more pass routes against the Colts last week. Both guys saw seven carries. I don't think that this is like trending like hard in McKinnon's direction, but it is a little bit. I think it is just a little bit. And I just don't think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is ever going to be like a reliable, like plug and play high end RB2 or something, because you cannot count on him continuing to just score a touchdown like every 4th touch. Okay. He had 7 carries for 0 yards last week. It's just yeah, it is bad. I looked it up. It is bad. So I think that you have to be very careful with him. I think if someone in your league is somehow hypnotized by all the touchdowns he scored, then go ahead and trade him now, because I'm telling you, the bottom is going to fall out.
I will say Clyde Edwards-Helaire ranks first in the NFL among running backs in yards per route run. PFF has him graded as their top receiving back. And, this is just Cope. I don't think he's very good.
No, I was going to note the same thing, that he is, if you go down to 5 targets, he's 3rd in yards per run, but he's still been very good. But I think he's blocked by Jerick McKinnon. I think CH is basically like a contingent play for the receiving role.
Yeah.
Because he's behind Jerick McKinnon for that role. But he has finally, after 3 years, he came in as supposed to be this receiving back. He's finally flashing something as a receiver. But McKinnon has 43% route participation to CH's 37%. McKinnon's also logged over twice as many pass blocking snaps.
Yeah.
So it does feel like CEH is a bit blocked, and the only thing he can do well, he ranks even worse than rush yards over expected per attempt. He ranks RB40 in success rate per NFL Next Gen. So it's like he's not even a consistent rusher, in addition to giving you not really any big play upside. So yeah, I think what should happen here is that someone should take over the early down role from CEH. You guys know who I want that to be. And then, if McKinnon suffers an injury or something, then maybe CEH could actually be a league winner, but through taking over the McKinnon role later.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to finally see some passing game production in year 3, but they've had back-to-back close games, and a season high for carries in a game is 8. Like, that's just not going to get it. You're like J.D. McKissick, basically. Like, he's basically almost being used like J.D. McKissick. Like you said, unlike J.D. McKissick, he's not even the primary passing down back. So this feels like a house of cards, and don't really feel comfortable calling him an RB2.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.